guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for always supporting me. As you can see, it's a bit of a change of scenery. I was a bit fed up with the bed, and if I'm going to be perfectly honest, we've stripped the bed, so we couldn't film it on the bed. So we went for the white wall vibe. So today's YouTube video is a bit of a different one. It's a Teen Mum UK Q&A, because I feel like people seem to be asking me a lot of questions and they get repetitive, and I thought doing a video would just kind of clear things up and let you guys know what goes on behind the scenes a little bit. So yeah, let's see what the first question is. Okay, so do you only film on specific days? How does filming work? So no, it's kind of like whatever's going on, we film. So say it's a week, it's like a normal week, Monday to Friday. We'll see what's like got booked in or planned. It's kind of like a normal job in the terms that we need 2 days off, and maybe if we didn't get 2 days off in 1 week, we may get 3 days in the following, kind of thing. It's also for our crew because they also need a break, because you can legally only work so many hours before you're entitled to a break. So yeah, it's not like we do Monday to Friday, have weekends off, or Saturday to Thursday, Saturday to Wednesday, and have 2 days off. It's just kind of like hit and miss, whatever's going on. So it's basically 5 days a week we have to have 2 days off, but we don't have exact days or dates we do that on. It's different every week, like real life, every week's different. Okay, the most asked question, I'm just going to go straight in, is when is it coming back? Is there a series? What's happening? I have no answers yet. This always happens. We do a series, it comes out, we see how it's done, how well it's done, and then we go from there. I can't say much. I'm not filming anything at the minute, but I think there is some exciting things coming up, and as soon as I can tell you, I will. But at the minute, we're not filming anything. We're on a break. Another question that's asked a lot is, do you get paid and how much? So yes, we do get paid for the show, but I cannot legally say how much because we are contracted. How did you get onto the show? So I was 17 at home with this tiny baby. He was like 6 weeks old, and I saw like an ad on Facebook that basically said, are you a young mum? Have you got ambitions? And I was like, I'm a young mum. I've got ambitions. What have I got to lose? So I basically like emailed in. Then I had a Skype call, which went on for a long time. Then I had to speak to the producer, and then they came down and did some test filming. It was literally at the end of casting as well. Like, I'm surprised I had a chance. Did some test filming, and then yeah, got the spot on the show with the other girls. So yeah, that was crazy time, an exciting time. And like, it's mad because I knew there was other girls on the show, but I wasn't allowed to know like how many, who, any names, anything about their babies, and like me, and now I've met the other girls and know the other girls, like we were all like FBI agents, like trying to find out, going on like the Teen Mum UK and the companies, the production companies, like Instagram, seeing who they followed and stuff. And I think I found two. I think I found Megan and Amber. Or did I find Naomi? I can't remember, but I'm sure, I know I found a couple, and like I was like asking the office, like, is it this name, is it this name, and they obviously couldn't tell me anything. But yeah, that was funny. It feels so long ago, like it is nearly 7 years ago, but it just feels like a lifetime ago. Did all the teen mums get along? I feel really lucky, because if you watch like the American Teen Mum, which I'm obsessed with, like I still love it to this day, I feel like there is tiffs and disagreements and arguments on that, whereas like we all get along. Like there's no bad blood, which is nice, and we have a group chat, we talk, we all follow each other on Instagram and stuff. So yeah, we all get along really well. Like I would class them as my family. Like even though we see each other like 3 times a year, when I was alone, like, and had no one that was a mom that was my age, those girls were like my lifeline, and being like, okay, I'm not broken, like I am normal, like I'm not alone, if that makes sense, because we were all in the same boat. How long do we film for? So we normally film for like 14 weeks ish, 12 to 14 weeks, depends what's going on. I think the first series was like a lot longer. I can't remember, but it was a lot longer. I think it was like over 4 months. Maybe it wasn't, but I know it is shorter now than it used to be. So yeah, it's a couple of months, 3 months ish. But like last series, because obviously Jordan surprised me in Paris, it kind of went over slightly because there was more exciting things to film. Are cameras constantly following you? What's it say? Are they on the walls, or is there a cameraman? So there's no cameras on the walls. It's not like Big Brother. So yeah, we have a crew of 2 people. Do you know what? We've been really lucky with crews. The last series was I had such a lovely crew. Like, they made my life so enjoyable to film. Like I feel like last series the crew were really special because they were a part of like the engagement and stuff, and yeah, they were just amazing. I really love them. They felt like part of the family, and that's the thing with a crew, because they're with you so much and they're in your house and in your personal space. You kind of have to bond a friendship with them, and like, because you need to be able to trust them and feel comfortable to be completely open and be yourself and show your vulnerable sides. So yeah, they aren't here 24/7. We are followed when we're going out with cameras, yes, but they're not in the house all the time. We do need, like I said before, we do get 2 days off, so yeah. Is there stuff you film that doesn't get used? Yes, a lot. A massive percentage. Like, there's things that I'm like, oh my god, that was so good. And then I watch the final edit and it's not in there, and I'm like, oh, that was so good. Like, last series, we went to Marrakesh and Marley did like a photo shoot with Base, but it just didn't make the cut. I guess they've got to make 8 episodes, which we only get like 20 minutes each. And we filmed for like 3 months of hours and hours of footage, so it just doesn't always make it. Sometimes, yeah, a bit disappointing when it's something like special, or like Marley doing something, but like they can't physically put it all in. It's just impossible. And I feel like the most craziest or exciting or big achievements, they always take the cut, obviously. So the most important things always make the cut. Would you ever stop doing the show? Yeah, I feel like one day it's going to come to a point that it will end, and I get a lot of people like, well, you're not a teen mum anymore, which I completely get. Like, obviously it's not going to be forever. I'm not going to be 80 getting pushed in a wheelchair by Marley getting filmed, but I guess it's more Teen Mum is a franchise, that's the thing. So like the American one, obviously they're like 30 now, still filming, you're watching their kids grow. And I think it's because, for me personally, when I've watched other shows, this is just my personal opinion, you end up getting invested in their lives and you want to know what's going on and how they're growing and what's new in their lives and how are the kids doing. And I think that's what Teen Mum UK has kind of gone with, is that they follow us growing into adults. So yeah, it will come to an end. All things come to an end. Don't know how long, don't know when, but I'm kind of just gonna keep doing it till I feel like I've had enough, or the show is kind of can't really get anything else from me, if that makes sense. Like, I haven't got any more to give. Do you have a say what goes in the show? No, I don't really. It's not that I don't have a say, but I always watch the final edit and I'm just happy with it, or I understand why it's gone in, or the fact that I did sign up to show every angle of my life, and sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's good. And I think for me, watching it back, even if it's hard, it's relatable, and I want someone else to kind of watch it and not feel alone or feel like that they are the only person feeling that way, if that makes sense. But I do believe that if there was something that was awful that really affected me mentally, and if I knew it was going to go out and it was, I just felt sick about it, I know that like my like health and mental health, the best interest would be taken into massive consideration, and they would respect that and take it away if they thought it was going to affect me. I do believe and trust that they would do that. Is any of it staged? No, it's not staged, but say something's happened over text and like the crew wasn't there, we would be asked to speak about it, so that we've got the perspective in real life and not on a text, because it's just not the same. And I feel like text, obviously reading them out compared to actually having a conversation, is so different. And say like we've got one crew member and we need like a leaving shot of us leaving the house, we sometimes have to do 2 walkouts. So like the camera filming us walking out, and then the crew would run outside, and then we'd come back in and do another shot of us walking out from the front. Would you ever do a Teen Mum UK reunion? 100%. MTV, if you're watching this, do it. It would be so good. I would absolutely love that. Get all the girls that's ever filmed, just to have like a really big catch up. Like, I love watching the American reunions. They're like my favourite. So yeah, I am 100% for that. That idea is 100%. I've been saying this for years. Like, I would love a reunion. It would be just so good. And I think to watch back and be able to maybe explain ourselves in the situation, how we were feeling, or I don't know, get others' opinions on it. I don't know. I just think it would be good. Is there anything you regret from the show? No. I think there's things that were awful and people would hate for that to go on TV. But for me, like I said, I signed up to be truthful to me and show you at my worst and show you my best. And I think now I look back at like series 1 and 2 and they're massive learning curves, and I think I'm not so hard on myself anymore, because I look back and think I was 17 with a baby. I obviously had like postnatal depression and I didn't know how to react to my emotions, and everything was all over the place. Having a baby as an adult is hard, but having a baby as a teenager, seeing all your friends going out, you don't know what to do. Like, even though I think I smashed it, and I'm gonna big myself up on that, like every mum should, like I did my best and I have no regrets in that sense. But yeah, it's a learning curve. I look back and see how far I've come and how much Marley's changed me as a person, and also how I kind of got out of that like deep hole I was in. So yeah, I don't regret anything, and if it was relatable and helped one person, then I've done something really, really special. Will you have your wedding day shown on the show? Maybe, probably. We'll see. I feel like we're not there yet on wedding dates or anything. I think it would be nice though to have that footage for like ever. I guess it would more be like, I wouldn't want like a mic on me. Do you know what I mean? I'd want to just have my day as normal, and then them there like fly on the wall, just capturing the moments. Don't know how great that would work TV wise, but yeah, we'll see. I feel like, so when I put this on my Instagram, I got hundreds of questions. There's literally too many to go through, and I would say 70% of them is when is Teen Mum coming back. So I feel like, guys, you're gonna have to ask MTV about that one. Do you think being on Teen Mum UK has improved your family's future due to the exposure? Yes, of course, because people will watch the show, see me, and then go on to my social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube and follow or subscribe. Do you think being on the show put more pressure on yours and Jordan's relationship? I feel like maybe it could have, because obviously we were young teenagers, still kind of learning to grow up. And then there's people in your house and filming and things bubble up. And I feel like obviously you've got a microphone on you and there's people looking at you, and yeah, I feel like maybe, I don't know. What is the best thing that has come from being on the show? I think the best thing for me is that we can look back on Marley growing. Like, how amazing. We have got all the footage of Marley from a 6-week-old baby to now 6, and just seeing him grow and develop and becoming this amazing little boy. And I wish, like, last series there was more of Marley, because we filmed loads with Marley, and obviously the engagement and the charity events kind of were the bigger storylines. But like, honestly, I'm not being biased, like he's such a kind, sweet boy, and like he's so amazing. So I just feel like just to have that on camera is the best thing that we've got. And I guess it's given amazing opportunities for my family, and I am so grateful for like the platform I've got now from building it from the show, which has given me paths that I would never have imagined going down. Like, to take Marley to Marrakesh to have a photo shoot is just mind-blowing, and like doing my own collection within the style, like this year has been the most amazing year of my life. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. Like, this year has been incredible. Like, 2022 has been the year for our family, and we've got that captured Like the best year of my life so far has been captured on camera. Did you ever re-record a scene because camera angles weren't right or anything? I don't feel like anything for us kind of went wrong in that aspect. Like I know like there's like horror stories, which is not a horror story for some, but for this kind of industry, a horror story would be like the card corrupted. So you've just filmed an amazing scene, say it's a birthday or something really special, and the card just stop working for no reason at all. There's no reason for it just corrupted. I don't feel like we've ever had to redo anything. Here's a little behind the scenes. Jordan and the crew actually tricked me by saying this was all set up, and I really did believe them. So they told me they had to go back to Jordan's parents to film a scene talking about, what was it? Oh, Jordan's driving, because that was one of like what was going on in our lives. And they told me the card corrupted, so they had to go back and refilm it. And I was like, no way, that's never happened before. What the hell? And then I found out it's because obviously he was planning on proposing to me, and he was talking more about that, and that's why he was going back to his mum's, because like why would he go to his mum's twice in a week for no reason kind of thing. He doesn't really do that, so it would have been unnormal for me, because like if we go his mum's 90% of the time we're together and we take Marley and stuff. So yeah, that's a little behind the scenes fun fact. Okay, so that is all I'm going to answer for today. There was a lot of questions, so maybe we even do a part 2 down the line in a couple of months. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Put in the comments down below if you have any more questions I could ask on another YouTube video. Please subscribe, and thank you as always for supporting me. Love you guys.